So Israel has resumed its operations in Gaza and warned Hamas and other militant groups that they will bear the consequences of their actions. Well, let's cross to Tel Aviv now and our correspondent Inigo Gilmore. Inigo, what does that mean? What does the consequences mean here?
Well, mentioned, of course, in Paul's report about the heavy casualties in the southern Gaza Strip today. And from my understanding, Israel today invoked what's called the Hannibal's Directive. This is a rather controversial protocol whereby Israeli commanders are given permission or allowed to use whatever means is necessary to foil the abduction of a soldier, even if it means putting that abducted soldier's life at risk. And we understand that today the heavy bombardment was in part linked to this. We understand that the Israelis were trying to cut off possible escape routes after this soldier was abducted, hence this heavy bombardment and hence some heavy casualties. Of course, this capture of the soldier has provoked a very big emotional response in Israel. It's a very traumatic episode and follows, of course, another traumatic episode involving the abduction, the capture of another Israeli soldier, Gilad Shalit, who was held for 5 years. There's been obviously a big emotional response too towards the family, who are seen very much as a wholesome Israeli family. The father of this soldier is an academic. He has a twin brother that also serves in the military, and he just recently got engaged before this conflict began. We've been to Kfar Sava in the heart of Israel, where the family are from, to see how Israelis are reacting. The shock is giving way to deep anxiety. Friends and family of the captured Israeli soldier descend on the family home in the hours after the news broke. These are tense moments. The missing soldier is 23-year-old Hadar Goldin. In a statement, his father called on the army to turn over every stone in Gaza to retrieve him. One of the neighbors had been to visit the mother and father.
Did you speak to the father, who's a professor, I understand, or the mother?
Yeah, I spoke to both of them, and they're both very strong people. They're very optimistic, and I don't know, obviously, what's going to happen, and they don't know what's going to happen, but they have a lot of confidence in the army, a lot of confidence in the government, and pretty sure that...
Were they pretty shocked, pretty shaken up by it all?
Yes, everybody's shaken up. There's no way not to be shaken up. Okay?
You're a neighbor?
Young men from almost every family in Israel end up serving in the country's military. And the capture of a soldier by Palestinian militants is the ultimate nightmare scenario. It's a big psychological blow for Israel. And the prospect that this soldier could be held for weeks, months, maybe even years, fills many Israelis with dread. According to the Israeli military, the incident occurred around 9:30 local time, 90 minutes after the ceasefire started. Soldiers trying to locate tunnels just inside Gaza came under attack. 2 soldiers died and Goldin was seized. After Israeli soldier Gilad Shalit was taken by Hamas militants in 2006, his 5-year captivity and fate became a national obsession in Israel, where political leaders vowed to bring him home. But many question the high price Israel had to pay when the government released over 1,000 Palestinian prisoners in exchange for Shalit. Even though Israelis have overwhelmingly supported the military operation in Gaza and their Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, some now feel the capture of another Israeli soldier could be problematic for Israel's leader.
Very soon, people will be saying to Netanyahu, you shouldn't have agreed to a ceasefire. Hamas took an opportunity of you and of your hesitation to go further into Gaza, use the ceasefire and snatch one of our soldiers. So this is a massive blow for Netanyahu.
Over the past 3 weeks, the world has looked on as Israel has pulverized Gaza. Just at the moment, many hoped an end might be in sight. The likelihood now is that the military campaign will only intensify.